And I'm standing here in the Singapore booth with Jeannie Lim, the Executive Director of the Singapore Tourism Board. And Singapore, what a fabulous city. You know, I've heard so many wonderful things. I have not been yet, but they tell me Singapore is a beautiful city, safe city, clean city, fantastic architecture, great restaurants, and of course, fabulous meeting facilities for all these meeting professionals here on the IMEX floor. So tell us a little bit, Jenny, about what's going on in Singapore and what you have to offer to the groups that are coming into Singapore.
Well, thank you very much. You've been very, very kind, and suddenly we are very happy to be here at IMEX. Singapore is a very small city, but a lot of people say we're like a chili party, right? It's small, but it packs a punch. So for Singapore, there are many things happening. For us, the meetings industry is suddenly very, very important. It forms a core part of our tourism sector. So currently we see over 15.5 million visitors coming into Singapore annually, of which 20 to 25% of them would be coming here for a business meeting or an incentive or a conference or an exhibition. So we continue to innovate to see how we can be more attractive as a meetings destination.
So how have you found the IMEX this year in terms of the reception Singapore's had with some of the meeting planners that have expressed an interest in Singapore?
Yeah, well, we're very happy with the reception here at IMEX. It's been a very good show for us, as always. We continue to see very strong interest from a whole host of different buyers and clients. And it remains exciting. I think the industry is very vibrant. It continues to grow. This year, what's been interesting for us is, we're all the way here in Las Vegas, but we're seeing an increasing number of interest from Chinese buyers that we're meeting here instead of in Asia. So that's been interesting for us. We see strong interest still from the association side of things, and certainly on the corporate and incentive travel as well.
Well, I would think incentives are a big part of the business because it is such a fantastic destination, but Singapore being the hub of a lot of business and technology that's going on, so I'm sure you're drawing in a lot of groups as well to Singapore for those reasons.
Yeah, that's right. Our strategy has always been multifold. Firstly, of course, people want the experience of the accessibility. So Singapore Airlines is a great partner of ours. It's our flagship carrier. We work very, very closely with them to target the business visitors. And the experience start, from the time they board the plane, even before they arrive in Singapore with Singapore Airlines. And our airport, as you mentioned, they're a very strong partner for us as well. And we're continuing to expand the number of terminals we have in the airport. And then when they get into the city, like you say, we have a whole host of different meeting facilities. So from your huge convention centers, of which we have several, Suntec, Marina Bay Sands, Singapore Expo. We have 60,000 hotel rooms, and that's continually increasing every year. And that provide a whole variety of experiences. But I think very interestingly, we are focusing a lot on the unconventional meeting experiences as well. So for example, we have Gardens by the Bay. You will notice the greenery in the background. Yes. Singapore has always been known for its greenery, and we see ourselves as a city in a garden, if you will. And so we provide a whole host of different experiences for the meeting delegates, not just in the hotel rooms and your convention center, but around the city as well. So they really get to experience the food, the multicultural Singapore, and really get to engage themselves in the destination.
Well, you touched on that word food, and I know that Singapore has become really a culinary destination.
Yeah, so food is a very big part of our culture. In fact, the first thing that we say when we see people is, usually in Mandarin, have you eaten? So rather than how are you, our greeting is have you eaten? And we have a whole host of different food varieties because of the multicultural background that we have. So you can find food that's very cheap, very affordable. Street food, that's a huge variety, all the way to your celebrity chef restaurants as well.
Excellent. Well, it sounds like Singapore has it all, and it's on my bucket list personally, and I hope to get to Singapore in the near future to experience some of these wonderful things. And we wish you continued success with growing the MICE market in Singapore. And thank you, Jeannie Lim, for joining us today on Smart Meetings TV.
Thank you very much.